Hey up everyone, how's it going? And today is going to be a good day. The elusive test bench is going to be built today, and hopefully there's going to be no problems because my luck with building computers recently hasn't been great. Other than that, all the parts have come. We've got the CPU, more on that in a bit. We've got the PSU, we've got the boot drive, which is it's a Gen 4 NVMe SSD from MSI. It's a Spatium. I've never heard of this product line before sort of picking up this SSD. So yeah, it's up to 7,000 megabytes a second read and write. So hopefully it's going to be good enough. Well, it will be good enough. And over here we've got a spare, I think it's an ADATA XPG drive, the SX8200. This is Gen 3, but it's a really fast Gen 3, and it used to be my boot drive, but this is just good for that sort of overflow storage, I guess. So we'll put that back down there. Down here we've got our memory. This is 16 gigs of Crucial CL13. This is 16 gigs of Crucial Ballistics 3200 MHz CL16 memory. It's nothing special, but it's going to get the job done. I actually picked this up for £45 on sale, so that was a steal for 16 gigs of DDR4. Down here we do have my old Aorus X570 Ultra, which was apparently dead, but I returned it and it was working. So I think the problem was my PSU extensions, because they are known to cause a few issues sometimes like that. So hopefully this works today. I'm hoping it does, and it also has Wi-Fi as well, so we don't have to faff around with Ethernet while downloading stuff, I guess. So not really too much of a problem. And that is the case it's going in. It's an old S340, but it's going to be more open air if anything, so I can just easily take GPUs out, easily take hardware out, stuff like that. And speaking of GPUs, I'm not going to put one in there today, but we've got GPUs down here that we can test. I believe this is a 960. Yeah, that's a 960. Stuff like that, like the typical GPU videos I do on the channel, if you've seen any. I've done GPUs from like 1080 Ti's to 760s. So yeah, let's get into the build. Starting off on the CPU today, we are building with a Ryzen 5600G. It's kind of hard to focus because of the plastic casing, but this is going to be a 5600G. It's a really good Zen 3 CPU, and it's got built-in Radeon graphics as well. So today we're not going to use a GPU in this build, but we can do some more testing with the Radeon graphics in this, which I would like to do, and it's more content for you guys as well, so I'm happy with that. It's also got a stock cooler, which is just going to do the job just fine. Not perfect by any means, but yeah, the AMD coolers tend to be quite a bit better than the Intel stock ones, and they also look a lot better as well. But I believe some of the new Intel coolers do look quite good. So yeah, that's the cooler, so let's get it mounted in there. If you've never installed a CPU before, it's a pretty easy and simple process. So what you do on AM4 is you lift this socket up, place the golden triangle with, there's like a little triangle on the motherboard on the socket, and you just place it in like that, no force at all, and then you just doosh like that. It is really hard to do this one-handed, but the CPU's installed. Right, putting the cooler on now. So this is like the worst bit doing on camera. I hate doing CPU cooler installs because I'm just so finicky. So you just line it up like that, and then yeah, I prefer to have that AMD on that side. But yeah, so let's get it tightened down. This is not really a how-to. If you're watching this, how to build a PC, this is not a how-to. It's literally just a vlog of me building this PC. So if you want a how-to, just let me know and stay subscribed, and I will put that out if you want to see it. I've got a few other projects doing right now, so yeah, I could make a how to build a PC out of that if you'd like to see it. Now is definitely a good time to put the SSDs in, because the motherboard's out, it's easiest just to do it. And now in goes the 16 gigabytes of DDR4 memory. So there we go, pretty easy. You probably can't see much because I'm not sure how well the camera is focusing on all this, but Okay, so the PC is pretty much built. It's a very funny looking PC, I know, but we've got a monitor there, we've got power. Yeah, this is just the way to test to see if it works. If I get a display out, I know it works, but the BIOS should be updated. I'm pretty sure it's on the latest version as of when I'm recording this. So it will work with the 5600G, hopefully. I just need to short the 2 pins which let me start it, which I believe are these 2 here. There we go, so we're getting power. It might take a bit to train the memory, stuff like that, but hopefully we get a display out on there. Like, my luck with starting up new PCs on camera isn't the best, so if we just give it a bit and we'll see what it does. Aha, so we've got a boot, so everything worked just fine, so the motherboard's fine, hopefully. And yes, it goes. BIOS has been reset. Please reconfirm to see if your BIOS works. We know we can get a post out of this now, so we know it works, so I'm happy to put it straight back in the case. And we know that integrated graphics works and the BIOS is updated for the CPU. So yeah, this is pretty much the best case scenario. So I'm really happy with the way this has turned out. So all we need to do is just put it into that case and then I'll get back. So it's all hooked up now, everything's plugged in and it should be working. So if you press the button, I can reach it. Is the power supply on? No, that would help. Oh, a bit of a moment there. Right, everything should work because nothing's actually changed with the PC. It's just inside the case, whatever have you. Yeah, boot times on AMD are not brilliant on Ryzen because I believe it does a lot of checks, but here we are in the BIOS, everything's good. So I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to do some further setup, get Windows installed. I looked at the poll for what version of Windows you want installed on this. It is literally 50-50, so I'm just going to install 10 on here for now. There's no reason to upgrade to 11 on this. So we're going to get Windows 10 stuck on there and everything should be all okay. So if you like this video, like it and stay subscribed for more GPU benchmarking content because a lot of it's going to be done now. So yeah, and take care.